So here's something that I haven't done in a long time. I used to do this all the time on my old channel, Thrift Shop Hauls. And I'm unemployed and I shouldn't even be thrifting, but it's cheap enough in my area that I can afford to spend a few dollars here and there. So yesterday, I was at a thrift shop and they had this basket up at the front register. This is really cool. It is 1930s 20th Century Fox letterhead and envelope. How cool is that? So this is just kind of a wall hanger. If you put it in an 8x10 frame, I think that would be a cool something to hang in your office. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably something like that. And then I really love anything nautical. I picked this up for $1.50. And I live near the Bay Area. I'm about 2 hours east of San Francisco. San Francisco Bay Pictorial. I like this era of book. This is probably from the 50s or 60s. Of course, 1962. So that's cool. Lots of pictures of early San Francisco. And then I just picked up a bunch of movies, which will be up and coming reviews on the channel eventually. I don't really plan anything. I just kind of whatever strikes my fancy, I'll watch it and review it. I have always seen this movie, but I've never picked it up. The Long Kiss Goodnight, Samuel L. Jackson and Gina Davis. And I think other versions of this movie have been made. Maybe they weren't even called the same thing. This came out in the mid-90s. You don't see Gina Davis in anything anymore. I don't even think she's going to be in the up-and-coming Beetlejuice Part 2. But it looked appealing, and it had a 68% Rotten Tomatoes score. I remember watching this movie around 2009 with a friend of mine from college. Rounders, with Edward Norton and Matt Damon, directed by John Dahl. I don't know. I can't even tell you when this came out. I'm going to say late mid-90s. This looked like an interesting movie from 1971. It had a low Rotten Tomatoes score, directed by Robert Aldrich. The Grissom Gang, I guess this is a remake of a 1940s movie, but I like gangster movies from the 70s. They just have a very specific vibe. Watch my review on Paper Moon. That's kind of one of those vibey movies where it's very indicative of the time. The Sting, all those movies from the 70s that kind of reflect the 1930s. So I'm expecting a similar vibe from this. It had a very poor critic score, but I'm still interested to check it out. I've never seen this movie, but I picked it up. It's an X-Video rental copy. The Crow, starring Brandon Lee. And let's talk about this cool case. I don't see this style of case very often where it has a little door that opens. Of course, we got our Be Kind Rewind. This was owned by Not Just Videos, so they rented more than video. And then I also picked up The Father's Return of the Dragon, also from the same video rental company. Be Kind Rewind, but it's the same Not Just Videos. So we'll try. I have Enter the Dragon as well, so I'm going to try and watch these. Maybe I'll do a back-to-back review. And then I picked up the original Evil Dead DVD release. And I love this era of early DVDs where it comes with a booklet. Look at that. You get the ladies of Evil Dead. And then all the stuff about, ooh, look at that. There's the original poster. This is the first one. The producers recommend that no one under 17 will be admitted. So I remember seeing this on TV a couple of years ago. I wasn't really doing movie reviews at the time. But I also have the follow-up version of this, which I guess is just a more modern remake. And then I got a Neil Simon play. I might already own this, but it's 25 cents, and I don't remember seeing it, and I like anything with Jack Lemmon. The Out of Towners. This is a remake as well. This one's not the remake, but they have remade this movie many times over the years. So that's my thrifting. Until next time, there's plenty of things to discover out there. Go out there and find some deals. We'll see you then.